Okay, thanks everyone for joining us for another quick interview video. I'm super excited to have you on board with us today. And my guest today is Dr. Eric McEntire. And Dr. Eric, you are clear down in, what's that city that you're in?
In Draper, Utah.
Draper, Utah. I knew it was like down in the Salt Lake area, but I can't remember the exact name of it. Anyway, Eric's a friend of mine now, and we've been able to, in fact, I've been in his office before and had treatments by him. He's super awesome stuff. Prepare yourself for something not just very, what's the word, physiological, but also spiritual too. I mean, that was really neat going down to his office. But I want to share with you just a few things about Eric. First of all, he is one of those guys that he knows a lot, but he doesn't like hang it over your head. He has the knowledge in his heart, and he literally just shares it very liberally with people that come into his office. And I love that you can feel that from him. But I don't know. Anyway, Eric, can you tell us a little bit about yourself for everybody who's watching this today?
Thank you, Tammy. That's so nice of you. Yes, the work that I do is upper cervical work, and I get to work with the most
Oh no, he's freezing for just a minute. That happens sometimes. We'll see if we can get him back on here in just a minute. Well, while he's frozen for a second, I know he'll end up coming back on. I just want to tell you a few more things about Dr. Eric. So he really invests quite a bit in his research and in the equipment that he has in his office. And when I had first gotten in my car accident in 2001, I had a brain injury, and it actually did damage parts of my upper cervical. And one of the things that when I went into his office was that he was so gentle, and it was really cool. It was really cool because I knew it made a difference, but it wasn't like, have you ever been to a chiropractor before where it's like a hard manipulation, and it's almost like it like leaves you sore when you leave there? It hasn't been like that at all. So anyway, hey, I was just telling them about how gentle your when you manipulate it's just so gentle. So anyway, now that you're back, I'll go ahead and turn the time back over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Sorry about cutting out on that. Okay, so the main focus is the master control center and the brainstem. I noticed that people not only need to heal physically, but they also need an emotional adjustment and also a chemical adjustment along with that physical adjustment. And if we're not addressing the whole of you, then we're not addressing all of you. And so many people are just frustrated about going from doctor to doctor saying, oh, I don't want drugs, or I don't want the solution that they gave me, because it's not really a solution, it's a cover-up. So I am so blessed to get to work with this divine design of the body. And it's miraculous for everyone to see what is normal function. So all we're doing is getting people back to normal function.
That's
and
awesome.
It seems like a miracle, but it's not, actually. It's normal.
That's awesome. Well, somebody who has been experiencing migraines, or if they've been experiencing, like dizziness or fatigue, different symptoms of whiplash or different things like that from an injury, it really can be like a miracle where it gets them their life back. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and even the autoimmune disorders, things where the brain and body are not communicating one with another. It's definitely a miscommunication when the body is attacking itself. So those autoimmune are special, wonderful cases in the office. People turn out so well just by following their guidance to come in. So
that's super cool. So what got you to want to be in this profession?
Oh, thank you for asking. My father passed away of cancer when he was 36 years old, and I just started asking different questions. What's the difference between a well person and a sick person? And I wanted to see what the difference was. And it seems like diets, someone could be eating a pure organic diet and still have cancer. So what's the difference? Well, diet's part of it, but you also need good brain-body communication. And I noticed that that is clutch.
Wow, that's really cool. I'm sorry that your dad passed away so early. So how old were you when he passed?
I was 3 years old, and he's been a good counselor throughout this whole process. So
I bet.
it's been nice.
That's cool. That's awesome. Well, so I love how passionate you are and how enthusiastic you are about helping people get well. What are the kind of things that you're going to be teaching when someone comes into your class at the conference on April 15th, you know, the Energy Healing Conference there in Salt Lake? What kind of things are you going to be teaching in that class?
Great question. I am teaching on must be present to heal. And that came from an idea that popped into my head about, raffle prizes where you must be present to win.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, if you've got to be present to win, you've also got to be present to heal as well. What I've noticed is that people, they hang on to the past and it pulls us out of the present moment. Or they're so forward looking that they're just not really grounded in the present moment. And so we just find symptoms of not just a physical side, but an emotional symptom that would hold us back from not being present. A great example of this would be someone who is learning that they can change, and yet they said, well, I've been given this label, and this is just how it's always been, and so I'm going to just always be this. And we say, well, would you like to, or would you like to improve? And so I've noticed that people who are very stuck in the past, it keeps them from healing. And so it's my job to point out scenarios in what's going on in the mind and in the thought process. Let's say, for example, if we are normally reactionary based on these old habitual thought patterns that we have in our mind, if we can just take a step back from where they are, if they're just right here in our face and we react, if we take a step back and we say, oh, this is interesting, a thought is crossing my cerebral cortex, I'm going to see a couple of, almost like a marquee, just explaining, oh, these are my thoughts. Do I want these, or do I want something better? And we could say most people are unaware of the thoughts that they'd like to change, and they just keep operating out of the old stuff anyway. And so I noticed a key thing happen here when I'm helping with the physical side, as we're unlocking the very top brainstem and really opening the floodgates of communication. They can really open the floodgates of communication with their higher power as well by this fun way of letting go of old habitual thought patterns. And it's easier than you think, Tammy. So I've got some fun tools and techniques for people to free their mind, so to speak. And there's so much freedom in living in the present. Oh, so much more freedom than living in the past or the future.
So you had me thinking about my hourglass because you kept talking about time, and I'm like, I'm just going to pull my little hourglass out. I love time. Time is my friend. Mwah, mwah, love you, time. Anyway, I'm like so excited because the more I learn about our choices and our thought process, like that, I get so excited. I can't hardly wait for your class. Like, I'm just so excited about it. And anyway, sorry, I got to like pull out my little prop here. It's kind of fun. I love when I went in and I got a treatment from you because I just felt so, I was like all kind of like wired and anxious before the treatment because I wasn't really sure exactly what to expect. And then when I laid down and I experienced the adjustment, oh my gosh, it was really good. Like, I'm so excited for that class that you're going to be teaching in there. And anyway, what type of person do you think would benefit most from your class? Like, what kind of people are you looking that you think would really benefit from that? Oh, did we lose you again?
Can you repeat the question, Tammy? For some
Yeah,
reason,
for
I'm
sure.
getting a slow connection here.
Yeah, for sure. No problem. No, I was just asking, like, what kind of people could benefit most from your class?
Oh, so the people that I want people to heal as they walk. Well, for one, as they're taking old habitual thought patterns and bringing them into a more conscious state of awareness. You have some insane unconscious thoughts that can't survive in a sane conscious realm. So just by us becoming aware of them, some real healing is going to occur, Tammy. They're going to have some people walking out of that room in a higher vibrational state, for one, and they're going to heal on so many different levels. And of course, I've got questions and answers and fun routines that we'll do. So it's definitely going to be something that they're not going to want to miss. And of course, the people that will be in that class, since it's must be present to heal, they're going to be the ones with the biggest outcome.
Awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Well, I am super excited. For those of you that are watching this webinar right now, I just want you to know that you can register at the early bird price still. All you have to do is go to energyhealingconference.com, click on conferences, and then click on Salt Lake. And this conference is held on April 15th from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Lots of classes to choose from. My good friend, Dr. Eric McEntire, is going to be there, as well as a plethora of other choices throughout the entire day. So we do hope you'll come and visit us. And Dr. Eric, you're going to be having a vendor table area, right? So people can
Yes,
come meet you there as well, right?
Yes, I've come ready with answering questions and everything. So
Awesome. Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, we hope you'll join us for the next interview, and we'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks.